Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Go Mode Podcast Glitch Mentor Tournament 2025/6. We have our week 6, it's our final week. DDRKirby, our top runner, against Brogor, mentored by Skelly and Simple Clips. I'm joined by Secretly Sliver. How are you doing?
Hello. I am doing fantastic. Looking forward to some HMG action. It's just playing one of the asyncs for February myself, so definitely my favorite mode.
I already have some divergence. I have not been really watching these runners because I'm usually mentoring the other runners, but interesting to see how habits form, both of them checking their map at the same time. They're playing on VT branch today because of a bug indoors, so I probably won't be seeing a green pendant check from Sahasrala because he has 3 text boxes in this version, and that's way too many. But we did get a map check. Tower of Hera, red crystal, which only matters if you don't know how to swim clip. It can matter for the logic, however. If you have, you find something in there that's interesting and you want to know if you need to follow it or not, you might be able to read some logic to know. But otherwise, we don't usually care that much about red crystals because we have other ways to get into Pyramid Fairy.
So the red crystals could still be your logical way to Pyramid Fairy. It's just we know how to get around it. Okay.
Swim clipping is not in logic. Using the mirror is. But we usually assume that the mirror will just show up and you'll have access, but sometimes the mirror is, for example, inside Pyramid Fairy, and then you need to know if Mimic Cave is relevant or, things like that. With Tower of Hera being a red crystal, it could matter because Hera is often locked behind access to Misery Mire in HMG. If you were to, for example, Hera pot and find a mirror upstairs, then, maybe you don't need to look for a Mire Medallion in Pyramid Fairy. So I couldn't actually see DDRKirby's Lumberjack check because of the cropping.
Yeah,
that's
from Source.
Yeah.
I think his thing, because I'm at 0 pixels on the top crop, so.
Well, it looks like he also had to double take it, so it's a little bit maybe it was something like a just one of those ambiguous items. Hopefully Brogor gives us a better look. As a blue mail, okay.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's an item that's unfamiliar enough that you want to get a second look at it if you didn't.
Yep.
But nobody's going to be picking that up today. Not that blue mail. Maybe a different one.
At least I hope not.
No. Should very much not be necessary.
Yeah, these are 2 really experienced runners, so I think they can survive without armor upgrades. Oh, we're going to King's Tomb? Oh, because we have 9 bombs, so why not?
Yeah. King's Tomb's really easy to not do for a long time because of how isolated it is. But it is also easy to do if you know the trick.
Yeah, I don't like doing it without super speed, so I usually just leave it.
And with 2 rupees to his name, DDRKirby will be heading to South Shore, so maybe not going all the way to Ice Ride Cave and Zora on this trip. However, if he can swim clip, there will be a opportunity to get to Ice Ride Cave from Hobo later on. I should mention the records of these runners. I did say that DDRKirby was our top runner. He's actually undefeated. Brogor is defeated once by Dr. Earworm, and he's playing to tie, basically force a tie between Dr. Earworm and Kirby. If he wins this race, all three of them will have a 5-1 record. So that could be interesting. We're not actually going to declare a winner because that's not the purpose of this tournament. But if the runners do want to have a grudge match at the end, we will happily host it, at least in some way or another. If you don't restream it, I will restream it on my channel.
Well, if it's a three-way, I don't really have a layout for that, so I might.
That's true. Well, you could just like only show 2 of them and swap in runners as necessary. Nice spooky bomb. Got robbed of that right Moldorm. But of course, if Kirby wins, then he'll just have the top record. And I actually didn't look. There might be other 1-0s or 1-5s. I see a Rabid Wombat. Let's see if that. I think a Rabid Wombat is also 5-1.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see like the stark difference between week 1 and week 6 here. I think you can definitively declare that the glitch community is the winner of this tournament.
Yes. Yeah, because we gain runners every time we have one. And that's especially important this year because Speed Gaming Live will be hosting an HMG tournament on site this year. If you're interested in that, you have plenty of time to learn, even if you weren't in this tournament. And if you are an extra go-getter and you want to move beyond HMG, the summer tournament this year will be No Logic. And there's time to learn that too. It's not going to be for a few months. So if you are ready to take that next step into learning No Logic, you can always ask experienced runners for help. There's plenty of resources where you can learn on your own. Wow, this is Moldorm. Everyone's having great times in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, 3 hearts and no sword is always a sweaty experience in this cave. Alright, let's see what Saha's hiding. Whole lot of nothing. I'm maybe a little surprised that we haven't seen any Paradox Caves yet, but I think they might be a little scared of Spiral Cave.
Well, yeah, I don't usually recommend going to East Death Mountain if all you have to deal with Moldorms is bombs. If you have enough health to tank it, it's fine. But even that's really slow because you're just bumping into everything. And the boomerang doesn't help you at all inside Spiral Cave. So yeah, double Kakariko's. Both runners just deciding that it's the best option at the moment. You could try to put this off and get items for desert area and CAC, but like the places they have available to them are not that good right now. They're too poor for Zora. They're too weak for East Death Mountain.
Well, if they get super lucky, they might be able to pair those two together, but that takes a lot of lucky finds to make that feasible.
Oh, I have a correction to make. Apparently, Brogor has defeated Dr. Earworm. Let me check that again. Yeah, so Dr. Earworm is not in the running for 5-1, but Brogor is. Oh, I see. They played each other twice. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they played each other twice and have a 1-1 record on each other. Another potential for a grudge match if they want. So yeah, there's the 5-1 candidates are Brogor and Kirby if Brogor wins this race. And then also, what was the other one I mentioned? A Rabid Wombat.
Right, so no bottles, but we do get a sword and a cane of Burna. That will definitely help. Right. Surely we have a fire source here in desert, right?
Surely fire sources are going to be available before the hour mark.
But we also
I didn't
haven't.
catch.
Go ahead.
I didn't catch if anybody had actually entered Hera yet.
I don't believe so. I think they went straight to Spec Rock.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see the access. Like, do they need to go to Maya or not? Because they do have a medallion and a sword and a moon pearl now, so maybe Hera is available earlier than usual.
Yeah, not quite as spicy as the moon pearl we had on yesterday's stream. If you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend it.
Yesterday's stream was one of the spiciest moon pearls I've ever seen in my life. It had everything. I wouldn't spoil it too much. You can watch that VOD, or you can play the seed, which I posted in the Boots Camp channel in Go Mode Podcast Discord.
So while we're playing Follow the Leader, so the music that you are hearing, DDRKirby's MSU was composed by him. So that's a really cool thing. And he said we could use it, so we are.
Yep. The MSU itself is not available to the public yet, but he will eventually release it, I'm assuming.
I think he said he will, but you know how MSUs can be.
Yeah. Wow, that was quite the hop for Kirby. Sometimes if you are out of bounds and you're hopping inbounds and you take corners a certain way, you can get really big hops, or you can get weird hops that don't actually put you on the ground. They just put you back on the ledge. We call those Escher hops because they're paradoxical. The way the terrain works out of bounds really puts into perspective how much work the Link to the Past developers must have put into making sure the inbounds ledges work properly. Like, you really have an appreciation for... I think they must have done a lot of tweaking by hand just to make things work. Also, anytime you've played a ROM hack, you might have noticed that ledge hopping is really wonky because it's a lot of work to get it to work correctly.
Yeah, well, there's a flute.
Yeah. Somebody regretting going to Kakariko too early. Flute is not required, but if you can activate it without losing time, you can save a lot of time over the seed just having it.
Yeah, if we find a mirror before Thieves Town, we'll probably see that get activated. It's not quite fast enough to only use it for Ganon and save time, but if you can use it for Ganon and then one other fast travel thing, then it's worth activating it.
I like Flute because it gives me permission to leave Kakariko in the middle of it. If I don't have enough stuff to want to do desert, and I have a Flute, I can just go and do the really dense stuff at the top of Kak and leave and come back later. You wouldn't want to do that in this seed because of where Moon Pearl was, but You know, if you, for example, you want to get that book out of Spiral Cave, now you can check Bombo's tablet when you're there. You might save on an extra dip of desert.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate spot for that book, because we just went past both of the tablets. Now we have to go all the way back.
I wouldn't worry too much about Ether Tablet. You clip to the top of the mountain just as part of your normal traveling so much that there isn't too much of a consequence to double dipping the area.
Yeah, I whenever somebody asks like, what's the first glitch I should learn, it's always learn one of the ways to climb up to Hera, because you're gonna do it like 10 times a seed.
Climb up to Hera and then get off the mountain because it's required. That's usually your Dark World access. Thankfully, there's about a dozen ways to do that.
Right.
Okay, we have a map check. We have Pod, Thievestown, and Skullwoods as our pendants. Skull is green. I think that combination of pendants doesn't really reduce our item requirements at all, which is a little bit of a shame.
On the plus side, we do already have the ice rod.
We do. There's still no fire source going into the Dark World. Shouldn't matter for a while. It almost makes you regret going this way. You don't really want to have to think about Skull and Thieves when they're pendants this early on. Kirby is showing us why the fast way is not always the best way. I think most people dash around the other side of the trees because you're not getting accosted by birds. Okay, we're just saying no to Skullwoods completely. Understandable. Probably going to do maybe the front four of Thieves or just none of it. Front four of Thieves sucks in glitch modes because you don't have a mirror. You can't death warp out without losing your Dark World. It'll kick you back into the Light World if you die there.
So you did say that the Skull Thieves pod pending combo doesn't reduce our item requirement, but it does make the path to the pedestal a little too easy for me to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm. It does, but we don't have any of the items for their logic anyway. Even Thieves could be hammerlocked. But you're absolutely right. It doesn't... the number of items that can be on pedestal is substantial. I haven't been counting. I saw Kirby picks up an item in the second chest of Hera, or of Thieves. The second one is also an item. Could make it easier to make the decision to just walk out.
According to his tracker, there are 3 items left. Now 2.
Okay, so you got something, not an item, and not a key, so just walk out.
I mean, as far as we know, the attic is hammerlocked at this point, so yeah, I would.
Oh, this pot! That's so funny.
Here too.
Sorry, I didn't know that that pot would prevent you from both walking past it and also picking it up. It's annoying. All right, Brogor's doing some kind of. So like, I didn't catch if Brogor got an item. Did not get a key. So it was like the bad one and done, where you walk in hoping to get an item, but you don't get an item, so you have to keep going. But you also don't get a key, so keep going is slow. This is the bad outcome for that. I want a map too.
Yeah, I believe the compass was in the map chest, and now we just found the map.
I mean, that almost guarantees something in the back. So we've got 2 items. Something in the back is now a 50-50 between a small key and bridge and a small key in the middle. Plus, I think a guaranteed item on off. Yeah, we're not even going to the middle for a 50-50. That is surprising. I don't know. I think if you've done that much of Skull, you should at least get 1 item. 1 50-50 item.
Mire opens with Bombos, so that just cut a bunch of locations out of logic.
Yep. It's actually like really nice to not have to worry about Hera and Swamp.
And I just love how this all loops together in glitch modes. Just grab the Mire stuff and then continue on your way. It's so much cleaner than like having to come back to that area.
Oh yeah, doing north to south route especially. It's a little awkward south to north because you have to clip out onto a screen you've already been to. So I usually, if I'm doing south to north, I'll just end the route inside Mire area and not bother trying to clip up to Thieves Town. If I'm gonna go to Thieves Town, I'll come from the mountain. Ooh, lamp and cane. Alright, we can now
Okay.
basement clip pod. That's cool. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if DDRKirby has learned basement clip by now.
On the other time we had restream, I think he said he had like had a cold for a week and had nothing better to do, so he just learned everything.
That's very similar to my story of how I learned Molder and Bounce. I was on call for the COVID testing hotline for like an hour, and I had to sit with my phone, so I just practiced Molder and Bounce for that long and got really good at it. Alright, Pier and Fairy, hookshot on the... Oh, okay. Things are happening very fast all of a sudden. So hookshot on the ledge is good. That means hookshot cave, and we could sequence break Hera if we wanted to. I would maybe put it off until at least like a better weapon. But it's certainly not bad to do it when you are there anyway. And
Yeah,
you are always entering Hera all the time.
With hookshot in hand, I just want to do like East Death Mountain and then probably just pay the monkey, right?
Maybe. So, like, the thing with paying the monkey is, yeah, it's close by, but you save a lot of time opening the free key door in cave state. And I think that is enough to make up for any time save you would get, you know, walking to pod from that area. And also, I'm not even sure it's faster to walk to pod from Catfish than it is to just save and quit and Kiki skip.
Oh, depends how badly you skill issue the Kiki skip.
True. Ooh, a sword. Hobo sword in Sphere 1. So now Moldorm is just like, they'll just do it on the way to the mountain next time you're up there. Brogor's on the wrong bump. I hope Simple Clips recognizes this in time. Okay, good. I can almost hear the voice of the mentor be like, no. If Brogor had tried to teleport there, he would have landed in the wall and soft locked.
Do you soft lock there? I thought that was one that just kicks you out.
I feel like fourth bump will put you inside the wall. An up teleport will also put you inside the wall. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not in the habit of doing the wrong teleport pixel.
Yeah.
So it's not something I'm familiar with.
I know the one on the other side soft locks you into the wall if you do the fourth bump. Because definitely did not do that on restream. Don't worry about it.
The Brogor will get Cane and Lamp here. Hopefully we'll progress to the hook shot on the ledge. So Kirby did a clip called River Clip. It's not really an exciting name, but that was how he got to Pyramid from here. Brogor would have to know how to do that too, or some other way, and he doesn't. So he's not going to Pyramid, not going to get the hook shot just yet. I do wonder what his plan is, because how do you get to Pyramid Ledge? If you don't have a mirror, and you're probably not climbing GT. I don't know if Brogor can hover, but I don't think he will gung-ho the GT climb without hookshot in, you know, this early in the game, just to get to Pyramid Ledge sooner. So that could be a sticking point for him. We'll see how much this hookshot matters in this stage of the game. For example, if Hookshot Cave or Top of Hera has anything good in it. Because if not, they don't have flippers yet, so Swamp isn't an issue. And Swamp's not in logic anyway without the Bombos medallion.
Did Kirby not pick up the powder? Did I miss that?
What powder?
There's powder on, I think, Zora Ledge.
Zora Ledge, huh? Maybe Zora had something. It's a good point. I missed that. It can be hard to get back to Zora Ledge from Zora without getting hit or bonking into things.
Yeah, you also already have Samaria, so hopefully like a mushroom shows up at some point.
Yeah, the other thing about powder is it's not currently in logic to check the powder, to check Magic Bat. Magic Bat requires either a mirror and Moon Pearl or the hammer in glitches. The clip to get to Magic Bat is not in logic. Oh, Zora Ledge is Rupee.
It wasn't there. I thought I saw powder. Oh, it's on the Hylia Island. That's where it is.
Hylia Island. Wait, it's just sitting there the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Kirby saw it when he was water walking, so didn't want to
Yeah,
look that
okay, so Kirby will just pick it up when he's ready to check it. And
Yeah,
there's no
I just...
reason, unless he wants it for safety, there's no reason to rush it.
Yeah, I just goldfish brained the wrong location.
Yeah, it's some kind of place surrounded by water that you have to clip to. I didn't, again, not paying attention, doing my job as a commentator. Like, did we find all the items in Hera? All 3?
Yes.
Okay, including the small key.
Yes, found the small key.
Excellent.
See, it's a lot easier for me because I have the source videos up, so I can check Kirby's tracker.
Nice. You can just pretend you're paying more attention than me.
Right.
All
Oh,
right,
did I just reveal too much behind the curtain?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Brogor not pick up the powder before coming here?
No, and I'm pretty sure he spied it. May not know the... Oh, and there's the mushroom.
Yeah.
Because...
Mushroom and also
Cool.
Bombos was in the first chest. The bonk shot chest, which means that Brogor could get that and it would be in logic without hook shot. That's a little rough because we don't really want Brogor to be tempted to go into hookless Swamp Mire. Okay, this is going to be a Bombos tablet check. Brogor activating Flute, I think, will benefit from this. This is another 4th bump teleport that will probably soft lock, so hopefully, yeah, there we go. The 4th bump is never the answer. Like, sometimes it's the 5th bump, sometimes it's the 2nd, but it's never the 4th bump.
Not for teleports, no. The only
No.
the only time I can think of
I mean-
that 4th bump matters is when you're getting to Hookshot Cave without a glove.
Oh, that's true. I do use the 4th bump as a cue, but that's not a teleport. That's a good point. Wait, Brogor? What happened? I'm confused about why is Brogor in Ice Rod Cave after doing flipper checks?
Because
Where did he get the water walk?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
he
question.
swam. He got Moon Pearl water walk.
Oh.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess that's one way to do it, especially if you have a flute.
Brogor, no. Oh, is he going
I
to
think
pod?
Brogor's going to pod.
Okay.
Most people don't know Kiki. It's a really low priority glitch. It doesn't save that much time over just climbing this way. This is faster than Heraclip. By the way, Kirby did find a bow in the uncle chest, which is something Brogor probably wishes he had.
Well, there are 2 of them, so hopefully it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, and also Pod is a pendant, so it might not matter that Brogor is here without a bow because maybe he doesn't need it, and probably wasn't going to do Helmasaur anyway, especially without a hammer. I don't think we'll be seeing Basement Clip in the seed with Pod Helma or Pod Pendant Helma. It would have been really cool to end this tournament with a Basement Clip, but it probably won't be happening unless there's something on pedestal. And it's not going to be the hammer. Kirby's really dedicated to this Death Warp. So, I'm not sure how it applies to the Ball and Chain Guard, but it was timed that if you have... he's not even doing it. If you have 7 hearts or more, it's slower to Death Warp than to save and quit to Link's house to go to Dark Cross. But I think Brogor maybe had a 50-50 map versus rupees versus item. And set up a Death Warp in advance of that 50-50. Just questionable, but...
Is that 7 hearts with blue mail, or does the blue mail change the...
So the timing was done with taking damage on the green guard, and guards, that kind of guard does not care what mail you have. I'm sure if you had a lot of hearts and green mail, then setting up a Death Warp on the Ball and Chain guard ahead of time would save time, because, you know, you have a lot of health. Oh my god, Pod had the hammer.
Okay.
Great. Well,
it's always sunny in Pendant Pod, right?
Yeah, it is. That is, Recovery for Ice Palace. It's not doing much for Brogor right now because he's missing, for example, the hook shot to put a lot of GT in logic. He's missing the bow to do Helmasaur if he wanted to. But if Kirby were to go in here and find the hammer, that would open a lot for him.
We just got raided by, so welcome in raiders. The seed so far has been typical HMG experience, but the big difference right now is that DDRKirby found a hookshot on Pyramid Ledge, and Brogor did not go to Pyramid, so, well, not yet at least, so we'll see when he actually does do that, because having Kiki skipped into here, now I think that puts him even further away from the Pyramid.
If Brogor really wants to do Pyramid, the hammer does make it easier to get there from a save and quit, because he can now just use the Flute 5 portal or the 4 portal. The question is, does he want that? Is that going to be a priority for him? Oh, we're getting lost in Dark Maze. Turns out you don't need to be in the dark to get lost here.
You get
it's
too
our first
used
bottle.
to get too used to doing it in the dark and then forget what
just
the
close your eyes
what
and
the
do
thing
it. Oh, look at that bomb
looks
throw! I love it. Okay, so cool, nice hammer. We're obviously not doing Helmasaur without a bow. So goodbye forever. Let's see where we go. Yeah, Link's house is a good sign. Where are we going? Have we not done Sahasrara yet? Is that what this is?
No, he's getting.
No, we're getting the powder. Okay, this makes sense because Brogor has an active flute, and Hammer puts powder in logic, and also he found a bottle in pod, which is the first bottle anyone's found. So that's two checks that he can do.
Does that
directly
matter?
follow
No.
things? Directly follow things he found in pod. Oh, I just noticed something about Brogor's sprite. That when he splashes out of the water, the Zora turns into that like crumpled state that you get when you like punt them in Zora's domain. I think
Yeah,
that's really cool.
it does that when he takes damage too.
Yeah, that's because it's the same. It's
the same
the
sprite
bonk.
table.
The
Okay.
bonk sprite. It depends on the direction you're facing, but the bonk sprite and the splashing out of water sprite and the taking damage sprite are usually the same. The same frame. They're shared. Ooh, wow. Kirby does pink as Armos.
Given the amount that
It's
he
like-
plays this game, I'm surprised it wasn't Yuzu.
I know, right? Did I miss the
Yeah, I missed
sick
the
kid check?
I missed the bad item. Oh, he didn't do sick kid. He just went
Did he
straight
just
to
not?
that and saved
He
and
just
quit.
didn't. Okay. Is he gonna go back? Is Simple Clip's like, hey, you didn't do sick kid. Come back. Go back. No, we're
They
going
may not
to
know
Flute
that that's
5.
their first bottle. Okay.
Oh, maybe.
I think
Flute 5
we're
is...
I think we're making the special trip to Pyramid now.
Yeah, no, this is a really good sign. And maybe even a catfish play. Because probably what Brogor's thinking is, I'm not doing Hookshot Cave now, because I don't have a hookshot, so this is my chance to do catfish. Pyramid catfish, which is like a standard non-glitches route.
Oh
that
no,
people
but he
do, I
doesn't
think.
he doesn't have the bow, so you can't. Wait, is there a
What?
catfish DMA that doesn't require the flippers? Or
What do you
swimming?
mean DMA?
Can you go to Death Mountain from catfish without swimming? Is my question.
No.
No.
Yeah, you can. There is. I don't think anyone here knows it. It's an old clip called Catfish DMA, and it's done on the Witch's Hut screen, or like next to it. And it puts you in the back of Hookshot Cave. But it's
Oh,
old tech. Only Chex Human knows
I mean,
it.
yeah, it would.
Yeah, he can splash delete. He has
Oh,
what he needs for it.
I missed that.
He has the
I
cane.
missed that he had Red Boom.
But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to find the hookshot and be like, actually, I'm going to go to Hookshot Cave from the mountain and clip down the catfish.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what would be faster.
I mean, I know it would be faster for me.
My only
Walking
concern.
to catfish is really slow. I think you should save and quit to mountain. Plus, you can get hair out on the way, just like Kirby did.
My only
now
concern
we're-
would be getting sucked into Turtle Rock, but I guess you can just do the DMD and then swim clip back up if you are comfortable with the splash delete.
I don't know. That's another problem that can be solved with a save and quit. Just do it later. Also, without Fire Rod, a lot of Turtle Rock might not be in logic. And without Mirror, you might not want to go to the area that Mimic Cave is in until you're ready to do everything that's there.
I'm suspicious with how like because we got Lamp and Samaria like right next to each other that like Big Key's just chilling in Chain Chomps and that's puts Laser Bridge in logic.
Maybe, but also Ganton's Tower, right? Like,
True.
we have Hammer Hookshot, we have a Fire Source. Kirby has a bow as well. And there's probably just another bow sitting in GT. Alright, where's Kirby going? Why are we in Dark World? This is, Meyer, I think? With Lamp and Cane and the clip out that you do in the speedrun.
In which speedrun?
Old All Dungeons. The non-hookshot route. The one I do, Sean.
No, cause like I
I
just
know you don't
run
do
to the
this. I know
portal.
you don't do this in the like real try hard route, but
I don't
in
even
the
do the try hard
2014 in the 2014 route you do. You can
Oh,
do this clip.
2014, I see.
You don't have to do it. You can. There's like 3 ways out. But it's the fastest, and I actually think it's the safest as well. Nice rock pickup. Okay, we can clip. This is one where if you were to try the fourth bump, you would just get bounced out and not soft locked.
Yeah, sometimes you're fine. Other times you're not. Just kind of have to trial and error it. Okay, so there's only one thing in TR that's in logic right now.
Yep. Yeah, chain chomps the only chest that's in logic, and for anything else to be in logic, then the chain chomps would have to be a big key, blocking small keys or additional items behind it. And there's Bombos, so that's logical, Hera, and Meyer for Brogor. Seems like Kirby has also picked up a bottle somewhere, which is not the bottle Brogor has because that was in pod.
I forgot to introduce him at the top of it, but Amphails is handling the tracking again and has my utmost thanks because I DM'd him like 10 minutes before the race started and asked. But thank you for pressing the buttons so we can see what's happening. Okay, so we are going down to Catfish. Where do we go after that?
I still think GT, but you know, like Kirby, Meyer might be a tempting proposition. Let's see. I think they're both good options. GT is denser, but Meyer is a crystal and doesn't have as much potential for like time sinking. Also, like Brogor is missing some things for GT, for example, like the bow. Ooh. I think Brogor's gonna check King's Tomb.
I was gonna say, did you do King's Tomb?
Yeah, no, this is Spear 1 cleanup.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
also I need something to do while I've turned in the mushroom. Oh, the mirror's here.
Mirror, okay.
I was gonna say like Mirror would have been like Brogor's way to hookshot, but he found another way. So now Mirror is just maybe more incentive to go to TR to get Mimic Cave. Otherwise, it's just convenience. It's not doing that much. Brogor sure is making good use of this flute. Even going back to Potion Shop to buy a blue potion, maybe?
Or just
Oh,
like
this is
get
fun.
one for free.
Yeah, so that's where the other bottle was. And also, I like this routing. So what Brogor has done is, instead of doing a dedicated on and off transition, just transitioned off, went to King's Tomb, and then fluted back to get the item. That's pretty clever. I thought that maybe he was going to go back to like buy something for Meyer to have a better Vitreous fight, but this is not how to get to Meyer, so this is probably going to be against Tower and Spike Cave.
Yeah,
you don't need to fix your camera to do this, but it can be easier to see what you're doing, like to find Spike Cave and to find the clip spot if you're not familiar enough with the clip to just muscle memory it. Of course, Kirby doesn't have as much incentive to go this way because no hammer. Also surprising to see Brogor just leaving Spike Cave. Saving it.
Didn't want to blow all his magic, I think, so just gonna reclimb.
Okay, I think maybe he's thinking Cane of Burna Ice Armos. But he has a blue potion. It's like not that big a deal if he burns his magic.
Well, I don't
Okay,
think
we
I
are
don't
stuck
think he collision
inside
kicked.
Tower. Yeah, we're stuck inside the balconies of Hera. Which is what that's where that clip puts you. Is like it puts you in the balconies and you have to clip it. You have to collision kick onto the staircase. Same goes for GT.
Well, I mean, 44 minutes without anybody going to glitch jail. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And we're not fixing camera this time. That's a long time to be bunnied. Kirby. Not even taking a intentional damage. Just wants to have health for this fight, I guess. Only 11 arrows. You kind of need them all for phase 2, so just going for spins and then taking out Burna as soon as he gets hit. It's no longer safe to just do spins. That hit did 3 hearts. Should be okay. Just keep that burn on until phase 2. Brogor has successfully clipped into GT. Let's see if that hammer locks anything, including the big key. Kirby will eventually need to make his way into pod because that hammer is required no matter what. But it would be nice for him if he could do it last and not have to do the back, because the hammer was in the front. So if that's his go mode item, he can just go in the front and grab it and leave. And it is just the flippers and fire rod left. Quake is more access to Turtle Rock. Its compass chest is now in logic from the front.
Okay, so Brogor can mimic clip, according to chat, but like I don't really know if he should at the moment, because like you potentially are gonna have to come back here after fire rod anyway, and then you'll have like better climbing equipment.
This is true. If your fire rod and flippers can be in the climb, then it could be good to do just for maybe you can bypass some of the logically required double dips or whatever. But at the same time, you generally do want to do the climb last just for time save. Brogor has a little more reason not to care as much about that because he has a flute, but even with the flute, it's fastest to just do GT last. And the bow, it will need a bow eventually for GT, or for Eastern.
Eastern, yeah.
It would be really cool if Brogor had picked up his mirror from Meyer before doing this, because then he could climb GT and then mirror and do Uncle and the escape and get the bow. But that route will not be available to him. Maybe if he breaks his Dark World by Death Warping in here, he could make it work, but then he'd have to transition off and on screen again on the pyramid. Just not, that wouldn't be a bad play, but again, it would require him to do a minute click climb or to find a bow here.
Now, I thought Agatu put you in the real Dark World in this.
It's a branch dependent thing.
Okay.
It was like fixed in VT and then not fixed indoors or something, and the behavior is different. It's one of the things that was discussed when the seed was rolled on the VT branch this morning. I'm pretty sure it just puts you in fake Dark World, but in Dorando it puts you in real Dark World. Okay, Kirby's going to pod. Pod is going to be his hammer. He's probably going to follow Brogor into GT. Remains to be seen if he takes any of the detours that Brogor has taken, like checking Sick Kid, activating Flute, doing powder, and so on.
The unfortunate thing for Kirby, though, is, like, I mean, he has to make, like, an active decision to skip the rest of pod once he finds the hammer, though. Otherwise, he's
I don't think he'll do that.
Give him back some time. I don't think he will either.
It would be really hard to justify leaving potentially fire on flippers behind here. There's got to be a bunch of keys in the front, right? Yeah. There's probably a key in tile room. Especially in VT branch where they can't just put a bunch of them upstairs. My intuition tells me tile room is a small key, but I might be wrong.
I believe it has to be, because to have two keys, that would mean there was only one on left side.
Yeah.
So I think
I just feel like they're walking out of here without enough extra keys. If this was Dorando, I wouldn't know, but the big key was 3 key locked in Isormos, so.
Dorando recently. I say recently, a couple months ago, they fixed the key logic things that were wrong in GT. So it should function as you expect it to.
That's good. Okay, wow. Also, Brogor is doing this, the fire rodless right side, which can have a bow, and it can have the flippers, but it cannot have the fire rod, obviously. I also missed that apparently a sword was here. That's nice, at least.
Yeah, it was in the basement beside the big key, so
We're doing
Kirby
bomb
will
jump
get that
version.
eventually.
Yeah, he looks quite practiced at this. I haven't seen a lot of people do the spacewalk version. I'm told that it's difficult.
It's difficult because of the conveyor, because the
Yeah.
conveyor degrids you.
It's hard to stay on grid. The thing is that you can. It doesn't degrid you on the X coordinate, does it? It should only be degridding you on the Y coordinate. Wow, that was close. Like, you still need to be. Your positioning on the Y coordinate is tight. But I don't think it's frame perfect or pixel perfect. But yeah, a lot of people just learn the bomb version. I still find that the hardest part of that is actually just like moving quickly through the room and not, lighting the torches fast enough. And, as you saw Brogor walking through the door and the door slammed on his face while he was still in it. And it worked, but it was like the last couple frames he could have done that. Okay, so now Brogor will get the bow and probably just go back up to GT, right? Gotta climb GT. Do Eastern first, but then climb GT.
I'm surprised he didn't just do it right away, but...
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
We're
Disregard
cave-stating,
for logic, right?
We're
Might as well
cave-stating Pod,
continue.
which is, like, the whole reason that Kirby wanted to do
That's
this
really
on
funny.
GT.
Kirby doesn't even care about the keys that you would get from this. Wow, he's just not doing the back. Oh, wait, he did do the back. He's just doing it in a different order. Yeah, that's really interesting. He's cave-stating Pod, which is forcing him into a basement clip if Helmosaur has an item. Because we did roll this on a branch where that works correctly. The big key got collected and converted into a bunch of like other big keys, but not the Pod big key. So, Kirby's doing this because apparently he knows he can basement clip if he needs to, but also expects that he probably won't need to in this seed. I'm not sure if cave stating actually like is worth it in HMG for. I'm not even sure it like saves time because it's you don't get to use your mirror. Yeah, I'm not sure. It probably saves time if you're doing the right side without the mimics, though. At least you don't have to do those rooms basically at all. You just walk through them. Do you have any eye on the trackers telling you if Helmosaur even has an item?
I gotta bring it up. Yes, there is an item on Helmet.
Ooh, spicy. Well, and also Ped can have flippers. It cannot have the fire rod, but it can have flippers. So that's a potential cause for Kirby to have to basement clip. I think that would be really fun if this turns out to be a basement clip seed, just because Kirby made this play to do Pod in cave state.
That would be really cool because this is like officially the second to last race of the tournament, I think. So maybe there's one that I forgot about.
There's one that's going to happen this week, like later this week, and then there was a drop, but the opponent might race a different runner just to have a 6th race, but we don't know if that's going to happen yet. Especially since it's not like the runners need to have a record at the end.
No, it's
because we're not pairing them again.
Yeah, we're not pairing them again. We're not doing like a bracket. I mean, if the runners want to do a bracket, they are.
Yeah, they're welcome to ping races
welcome
and
to do so.
channel. So what's left for us that's still in logic? It really kind of feeling like perhaps it's just the parts of Turtle Rock that are in logic. Mimic Cave.
I mean, Hammer Pegs is kind of ugly to get to, but
Hammer
whatever.
Pegs would be done with Back of Thieves, I think.
There's
another-
a significant portion of Turtle Rock that we can get to.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is now 2 chests in logic. It's Compass Chest and Chain Chomps, so it opens up more possibilities for keys to be available from more of Turtle Rock. I'm not sure which of those I would choose. I think because Turtle Rock's a crystal and there's a chance of finding the big key, I would probably go there first. Thieves Town is just a waste of time if nothing's there, but Turtle Rock at least has a chance of giving you progress. Wow. Kirby
Okay.
is also here with only 6 arrows, so it doesn't get to actually like do the fight properly, but also did not come prepared with magic and beams. So this is going to be, gosh, this is going to be a Master Sword Pokes fight. That's rough. Does Kirby have fairy at least? Yeah, use the fairy and get some
Yeah,
beams.
he's got a fairy in one of his bottles.
I do like
Oh,
the
no.
switch to boomerang just to make sure that it
Oh,
actually gets collected.
that was clever. Okay, he released the fairy and got the heal, so now he has sword beams.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like, I know he drank the potion, so he doesn't have that, but the fairy would at least give you the beams. That's definitely going to be faster than trying to do Master Sword Pokes. The beams do the same damage as... Okay, so Brogor is... Sorry, I'm interrupting. Brogor is being guided by Simple Clips on how to fix this problem that he's in. If you pick up a bush while screen wrapped and get in that like chicken softlock state, you can fix it by walking into a cave. So Simple Clips is probably telling Brogor like how to get to Spike Cave to get out of that state, because you can't do this clip.
Ooh, are we
When
gonna
you're in
get
that state.
side-by-side GT climbs? Let's go.
Oh yeah, I think so. Kirby needs to get some magic. I'm sure he'll just go to the fairies room.
He's probably just gonna sword down Landmo, and then there's enough on the climb.
Maybe. I think it might be worth doing a... He doesn't even have enough arrows. That's really funny. He's just like really under-resourced for this. Oh, that's gonna give Brogor a chance to catch up. Oh, careful with those arrows. Alright, we got one left.
This is why I think more people should at least learn like mirror mimics, like learn how to clip one of the mimics out, because then that's 2 arrows that you can save like that.
If you can do that quickly, yeah, it's just... I don't know, I find it kind of hard to do quickly. I would rather just pick up the pot. But the thing that makes it hard is that once you are off script in that second room, it becomes harder to actually hit the mimics. Like if you walk in with exactly 8, you're fine. But if you walk in with 7, then you need to pick up the pot, and now you have your mimics are not on the part of the screen you're used to, and you're getting pelted by the Beamos. That's when it becomes a problem. Okay, well, we're like room for room in the GT climb,
Yeah,
and I think
we're
we have.
literally one room apart.
Do we have check parity?
Well, this is not on DR, so I don't have the convenient check counter.
I know that there are a couple things that Kirby hasn't done, like the magic bat. So it's not complete check parity, but it's pretty darn close. Misery Mire is probably the big difference between the two. I think Brogor hasn't been there at all.
Oh, we're gonna get
So
some
it's-
Aria Landmo. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Let's go! Oh, we got the RNG for it.
We did it.
Oh heck yeah, I love it. That strat is really good if you get that RNG. Otherwise, it's a 2 cycle.
There's
Which is
like
also
5.
fine.
There's like 5 RNGs that work for it, and like 12 that don't, or something like that. Maybe it's 11 that don't, and 16 total.
Brogor's using the wrong cane. Used the wrong cane.
Yeah, his magic is full. I was wondering why
Yeah.
he wasn't using the ice rod.
Because the ice rod is hard. It's really hard to hit these things with the ice rod. But it's probably better than Burna. Burna is just fighter sword damage.
I have seen people set up to put bombs when they first when they first enter that room, because you know where they're gonna spawn. I don't know if it's I don't know if you can even get it decently fast, but if you don't want to use the ice rod, then you kind of gotta improvise sometimes. Oh, we also have Back of Thieves Town available.
Yeah, Back of Thieves Town would be done with the hammer pigs, and then for Kirby, I think it would also be done with the magic bat, maybe Flute activation if he decides it's worth it. He might not have Bombo's tablet. Like, there are some things that he might not have checked, because I know Brogor did a big
He's done
cleanup.
He's done Bombo's tablet.
Okay.
So
nice
according to Kirby's tracker, looks like it might be Dark Cross. I don't know which Hyrule Castle square that is, but it's. Oh, but he knows that's not an item. He knows
Kirby was setting up for Dark Cross with a Death Warp and then got an item out of Zelda's Cell and saved it. So I think that was probably just not an item.
Oh, we got a Clipe.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. I don't think that was a time save, but at least it wasn't a glitch jail, which can happen if you dash too far to the right.
Clipe is actually just impossible thrown at me.
Oh, I agree. It's way too hard. But you just do it anyway because you have nothing else to do on that screen. And then eventually you get decent at it. Sneaks up on you. I'm still bad. I'm not there yet. Where's Kirby going? Is this going to be a... I thought maybe we were picking up our powder.
I think he's going to ice. Even
Going to
though it's
ice
out of logic.
This is no way this is faster than saving and quitting to... I guess ice is available. Like, there's no reason not to. You have the cane. We're not doing the setup. Okay. The setup is mildly risky if you're not, like, confident with it. If you don't have flippers. Because if you're too high and you can't get out of it by splashing into water if you don't have flippers. So just don't be too high. That's the takeaway. Ooh, we're doing Mario Punch. This is I think the optimal way to do the room.
Yeah, it's about half a second faster than Bomb.
Just kind of hard.
But you have to hit it like first try to save any time at all. So if you're not 100% confident with your ability to item dash on command, then it's probably just better to bomb it.
Brogor is going a different way. This is hammer pegs. And remains to be seen if he'll continue on and do Back of Thieves. He might also just walk down to Mire from here. I think that would be I think this is a great way to get to Mire from the pyramid, which is a problem that Kirby didn't have to think about because he'd already done Mire. Both of them are doing things that make sense to them. It's going to the crystal dungeon that's kind of walkable from the pyramid. The main difference is that Brogor's is in logic and Kirby's is not. Okay, so there will be a Thieves Town play. This could be a big difference between the two, because we don't know where Kirby's going to go after Ice, and it might not be here. It might be Turtle Rock. There are still 2 items remaining for Go Mode, so both of them could be the answer.
So while we're kind of seeing who's making the right play here, go ahead and give these runners a follow. The links in chat, and also follow their wonderful mentors, Skelly and Simple Clips. I know Skelly, Simple Clips, and you, of course, have mentored a lot. So yeah, it's definitely great sources of knowledge all around.
Definitely feels like Skelly has been my counter mentor in like every race I've done. Which I'm sure is just like a time zone thing.
I believe Skelly's been Kirby's mentor for the whole tournament. I guess I can do the crew thing too. Thank you again, Amphails, for tracking on short notice, and thank you, Malmo, for jumping in the comm booth.
And thank you for being the sole restreamer for this tournament.
Yeah, we didn't plan it that way, but
keeping twitch.tv/GoModePodcast alive single-handedly.
Yeah, I mean there was a week that I couldn't talk, so. Oh, and there's the fire rod.
Okay, that's one piece of the puzzle. Or thinking about it. My focus could still be on head. Oh, thinking about it. Oh, it's so tempting.
Oh no.
I mean, whatever.
Okay.
Make the play. Stick with it. It would make a lot of sense for Kirby to do that because Kirby wrote off the pod pendant pretty harshly. Like he wouldn't go for. I'm assuming there's no item. It's just a pendant. Or maybe there's only one item. But
I mean, we do have books, so if you're super duper concerned about Ped, you might as well just like take the minute to run there.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Skullwoods anyway. Oh no, you're not. But if you run out of crystals, you're gonna go to Skullwoods first, check Ped, and then go back to your other pendants. Okay, so Brogor is going to Turtle Rock and probably just going to go in. Actually, don't know how he's gonna get in.
Looks like he's just gonna go in the front.
Just gonna go in through the middle.
I
well,
know.
It's like you wouldn't mirror wrap, without the mirror, but
I know Simplequix is a fan of opening the front door, so I believe that's what's gonna happen.
I don't know if I agree with opening the front door when you don't have a mirror. Unless your plan is to open the front door and then walk out and do
the mirrorless.
Or like Skudgewoods. The thing is that it's just walking out, and if you open the front door just so that when you kill Trinex you can go back in, like you're in fake Dark World because you death warped, so you can't even get to Skullwoods from here. I think. Yeah, I don't know if I would be opening the front door without mirror. We'll see what Brogor does. It could be that you just find enough keys to go forward, but I don't.
This could also be backwards. This could also be like, oh, I need to like kind of settle down a little bit because I'm last locating in a mode I'm not really familiar with. So let's just do this the no glitches way. Yeah,
maybe you feel behind because you think the fire rod was accessible really early, and like, oh, maybe Kirby went here, but like, I don't think that's necessary to think that because Hammer was in another pendant dungeon. Like. I think you just recognize that the seed put 2 progression items in pendant dungeons and that your opponent is probably also having trouble finding them. But Kirby is going to lose time now doing parts of Turtle Rock without the fire rod. We know it's not here. But luckily for him, the big key will be available without the fire rod. We know that now because Brogor just opened the 2 chests that require it. I think it's looking like maybe Brogor might not be able to go forward. We'll see. Oh, I guess there's still...
He can still...
Yeah, no. Brogor cannot go forward. He did not find any keys in the front. So he's just going to walk out.
But I wonder if he's just going to try to wrap to Laser Bridge or if he's going to go, like, in the middle.
Yeah, I think you go in the middle because... You still need your big key from Chomps. I think at this point it's faster to go through the middle. Yeah, it's just like one of the reasons I don't do the front without the mirror because now you're walking out and you didn't even find a big key.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
gotta go back in.
No, right entrance does make sense.
Oh, he did find a big key.
You need to get the... Yeah, it's in Compass Room.
Okay, so he found the big key in Compass Room, and going through the middle makes even more sense because the big chest is available and it had an item in it. This chest is... a key, which Brogor needs. So wait, Brogor doesn't need
Oh, you can just steal this. Steal this one.
No, he doesn't even need it. Wait, maybe he doesn't know that because
unless...
he didn't do Chomps.
Unless there's like a guaranteed key in Crystal Roller Room that I'm
Yeah, no,
blanking
there
on.
is. This is a key. Chain Chomps is a key. Crystal Roller is a key, and Laser Bridge is a key. We know where the small keys are, so he doesn't need to do this. He doesn't even need to do Chain Chomps. He could just go to Crystal Roller Room and get the key that's there, and then go to Chomps and get the key that's there. Yeah, this is also a key. He doesn't need to do any of this.
Yeah, so this is a big play here from Kirby because he has the mirror and Brogor doesn't, so he gets to check in the cave.
And it is a bow.
Silvers.
That's nice.
Okay.
It's nice. I mean, it's a good reward for having done Maya early and being here. Like, Brogor's not going to come back to this anytime soon, so...
I love that death sprite.
Yeah, that's good. We get to see it again? Heck yeah. Kind of reminds me of, like, the Mario fishes. Like, the skeleton fishes. What are those called? Are they called wet bones?
I have no idea.
I don't think Kirby has the luxury of knowing that these are small keys, so he has to check them. I don't get to shame Kirby for not counting keys. Brogor should know that this is a key too. I'm gonna shame Brogor for every key he picks up. And the last chest on Laser Bridge will be a key, and actually don't know because Kirby picked it up. I don't know if it is, but I'm gonna shame him for that one too. And also Simple Clips, because they're both in this together. Wow, Kirby's having real time with Chomps.
Typical Chain Chomps experience, I would say.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't want to die here because he doesn't want to get put in a fake void.
No, and also because his key is here and he needs to come back for it. If he dies, he has to go back. Okay, so Brogor is spared the shame of picking up the key chest that he would know is a key because it was not the last chest on Laser Bridge. Did Kirby do... yeah, I guess... Oh, Kirby didn't do Roller Room because he can't.
Right,
He's here without a Fire Rod.
No Fire Rod.
So
I mean,
we're going. This is gonna be Thieves Town, right?
I've seen Kirby do some wild hovering, so I wouldn't put it past him, but he's definitely not going to do that in a rando phase.
You don't do that if you need the Fire Rod. But I would say Brogor's doing great now. He is still behind Misery Mire. I'm not sure why he's putting it off for so long. I think maybe his intention was to do it after Thieves Town, but then he found Fire Rod and that brought him in this direction. So I think he'll probably just either do it next or he'll just do Ice Palace. Oh, Kirby didn't go here at all. So Kirby will get Kirby could get whatever's in the middle. I got his shield taken.
Yeah, he did the frame perfect optimal GDO thing where you get your shield stolen by a picket because it saves like 4 lag frames somewhere.
He didn't do that on purpose, right? Nobody runs GDO.
I don't think so. Yeah, nobody runs GDO.
Also, there's no like shield lag in rando, or at least not enough to think about.
Not on fast strongers.
Oh, Brogor hasn't done this yet. Brogor just got the bow and left. Okay. That's more time back to Kirby. Okay, so the 50-50 was lost. Kirby gets a key out of the middle, and Brogor got to save time not doing that. Either that or he... No, he just didn't do that. I guess he'll do that when he runs out of crystals, because it's actually kind of looking like Flippers might be back here. Now that we've seen right side GT on Brogor's side. That's another place where Kirby could lose time going back there. We've seen all of the front of Skull, so there's 2 items in the back, I think. And Yeah, either of them can be the flippers.
2 items and a green pendant in the back.
Yep. And also the pedestal check. And if pedestal is the flippers, then Kirby will have to take some extra steps to get that pod pendant. Brogor will probably feel bad about not getting the blind pendant, but probably not as bad as Kirby would feel. Okay, what is this for Kirby? This is going to be Hammer Pegs. This is the Don Venure Hammer Pegs clip. Don Venure, another racer in this tournament, discovered this a couple years ago. It's very easy to do. And combined with the Hammer Pegs escape with the hook shot, really easy to get in and out of here.
Yeah, I believe there's a tutorial for it in GMP Discord, but the glitch maps one is borked at the moment.
I just gotta put it in there. I have access to glitch maps. That's weird because I don't remember making a guide for this, but I guess I did. If it's missing.
It wasn't you. It was.
Was it a Giphy cat?
I know Dawn posted one, and someone else posted one too. I forget who it was.
Some of the missing guides are also Giphy cat, which, as you might know, disappeared completely. You can't really be mad at a website for disappearing, but you can be mad at a website for deleting your stuff because you get caught by their spam filter for posting too much stuff. Brogor's setting by key steal. Interesting. I don't know if that's necessary, especially if the next place he goes. The next place he goes is Meyer.
He also hasn't been to Ice yet.
He hasn't. I don't know if he should go to Ice at this point. We'll see. I mean, I think Meyer before Ice, right? He's going to the Hammer Pigs portal. I guess, is he going left or right is the question.
He might go to Ice just because there's one more item there.
No, this is Meyer.
This looks like Meyer.
Meyer is in logic and Ice is not. That's my argument. And I agree. Probably not going to be too happy to find the mirror there. It's a little late for it to be useful, and it opens up one check, I think. Yeah, this one will soft lock you. Brogor loves the 4th bump. I wonder where that came from.
A lot of my mentees liked the 4th bump also. I can't. If I had a nickel for every time I had to say 1 bump down,
I need to
probably host this channel myself.
I need to make a meme of House saying it's never lupus, but it says it's never the 4th bump.
Never the 4th bump, yeah.
Oh, this is not how you get here without flippers. No. Oh, we're seeing some real DLC. You can go up and around the right Meyer shed and just dash down the right side of this platform. Or if you really wanted to, you could go over mirroring out.
Oh, we're mirroring out.
I really do think that there's just no item left in here, and that
that
makes a lot of sense for Kirby to mirror out because he's gambled hard against pendants. But now he's probably feeling like, oh, I just found the item that can't be on the pedestal. Now I got to think about that, and if it's there, so be it. But Brogor is, picking up those crystals that Kirby got earlier and is catching up on progress very quickly.
Yeah,
Kirby has a few places.
Trinex, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll kill Trinex and then go back in the front and get the 2 items that were there.
He might do right side GT after that.
Yeah, right side GT. That's a thing that Brogor did, so it's another place where Kirby can lose time. Getting some health. I guess it's just for Trinex. Kirby, you have so much health, you don't need that. I say that as someone who does that in the speedrun. With the same amount of health and blue mail.
Oh, that's right, you get blue mail.
Blue mail's good in the old route. It's just not good in the new route.
You still fall right next to it.
Yeah, but you don't have as many dungeons.
Oh, but you don't.
Ice is your last dungeon.
That's right. You don't get the big key.
Either
in the new route. You just bomb clip and get the
no.
key.
You don't get the big key. You don't need the big key in Ice, but it costs 10 seconds to get blue mail. But in the new route, Ice Palace is your last dungeon. Why would you get blue mail?
I don't think it's the last one. I think you still have GT.
Not counting that one. Mail doesn't do anything in there anyway. I guess it helps with cannon, but you have full health going in.
If you kiss the old man, you do.
Oh, kissing the old man is slow.
But like, otherwise you're in GT at 9 hearts, and like the amount of damage boost that you have to do to make that dungeon fast is like I think you end up with 4 hearts on the climb. And
you're probably doing heart neutral strat. Also, this is a randomizer race. You should be talking about that.
Oh yeah,
Brogor,
rando.
Oh, they're just doing things
ROM.
we've seen already. We're doing things we've seen already. Kissing the old man is free. He doesn't talk to you. You should kiss the old man for refill frames most of the time anyway. In rando. Oh, I guess, I didn't think about this, but Kirby has to do desert, and Kirby didn't do it when he was here, which I'm not sure why, because he had a fire source.
Kirby has desert done on his tracker.
Okay, so it's done. Is Brogor also done, or are we still doing it?
He got the items, but didn't kill them, though.
Okay, so Brogor will mirror and do desert, and that's more time back to Kirby. Kirby is still ahead on progress because of Ice Palace, but has a few more things that he can do that waste time. Just depends on whether he does them or not. I think GT is next, as you said.
Yeah, it does look like GT here.
I mean, that's what I would do. It just makes sense. And then maybe Skullwoods, check ped, and start thinking about your choices. Because there aren't very many of them left. Like, what is left for us? Is it just Skullwoods and ped?
Brogor's entire overworld is gray. So yeah, we just have dungeons. So
this is getting spicy.
Helma, green pendant, pedestal.
So Helma item is just gonna be a hard last location for Kirby. Pedestal is a little different because you do Skullwoods and you look at the ped and then you'll see it's there, and then you fix all your all the gambles you took earlier. You have to undo them, which for both runners will be going back to blind, and that's gonna suck. But for Kirby, it's also going to Helmasaur with the cave state big key just to unlock it, and then going again to kill Helmasaur. That's really slow. Like, skipping the big key of pod is not just one basement clip. It's you do the basement clip and then you have to go back in again. You don't have to basement clip again if you don't want to, but you do have to go to Helmasaur still and kill him. Because in cave state, he's not there. And if he was, he wouldn't drop the pendant.
Did Kirby even use the cave state big key?
You mean pick it up?
Well, he picked it up, but did he even use it?
What do you mean use it? No, like
he didn't use it for anything. Just
no, he already had the Hera and Desert keys when he got there. And I think he had already been to Castle, so he didn't even get to skip killing Ball and Chain. Alright, so that's GT clear for Kirby. Now, Kirby is still one dungeon ahead of Brogor, plus the back of Desert. Still ahead, yeah, that's like quite a bit actually. But it's really going to depend, I think, on whether the Ice Rod is just, the flippers are just sitting in the back of Skullwoods for the taking, which is going to give the advantage to Kirby by a significant margin, or if killing Helmasaur will be required, which I think will give the advantage back to Brogor. And probably extend
depend on how long Kirby takes to pull off the basement clip for sure.
I think even if he's perfect, that Brogor has the advantage. Because like I said, that's an extra trip to Helmasaur for Kirby. One in cave state and one in normal state. Brogor could also lose a little time going to Mimic Cave. You'd get some of it back because it's silvers, but not enough to make up for it.
For me, Mimic Ape's just dead forever.
Yeah, probably.
Got that mirror way too late for me to go all the way back up there, especially with TR done and GT done.
I'm glad for Brogor's sake that he got the mirror before going to pedestal. What is this? Oh, this is Ice Palace.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
ice.
so Brogor had a chance to
There's
stay
our
in
myths
logic.
to put
Oh,
ice in logic.
okay. Well, that's also Smith chain. So that's a couple more checks. That expands the value of Skullwoods. Gives Kirby even. What is
Oh,
that?
that was a spacewalk.
That was cool. That was awesome. I've never seen that before. I do know that Kirby has spent some time experimenting with spacewalks when it was discovered, so I guess if anyone was going to pull off something like that, it would be, oh, that was close. Oh my gosh, we're having a back of skull, though.
Yeah, DDRKirby has a website where he's trying to
You don't need that.
to collect all of the rando strats in one convenient spot. So he's
like
played around
Strat
with a lot of stuff. Yeah, like Strat.
Strat, but with like an added dimension of it's also rando, so there's like infinite ways to do every room, and that's daunting to think about. Even Strat Hub doesn't really deal in other categories that much. It's just NMG. Okay, Brogor is not doing.
Just stealing the key?
No, we're just doing it
this the no
vanilla.
glitches
Okay.
way.
Gonna lose a little time here, I think. So Green Pendant and Smith Chain are available for Kirby, but Kirby will also tell us real quick if we have to care about Helmasaur. At least whether we have to care about the pendant. Helmasaur can still have the item itself.
Yeah, no bomb clip is a significant amount of time, like, difference, because now you have to find keys.
Oh, it's
And
here. It's on
you
ped.
called it
All
a
right.
million times. Okay.
We got a basement clip. Let's go. Oh, I'm so excited. I love that Glitch Meta Tournament is ending on a runner having to do basement clip.
Oh,
Who
and
knows
they're-
how to do it, too.
and they both have to run all the way back to blind.
That part sucks. That's boring. Nobody wants to see that. So let's watch Brogor for a bit do Ice Palace, because that's way better. But once we get back to Kirby in Pod, that's where you're going to want to be watching, because this is a glitch that most people don't really learn until they run out of other glitches to learn. But it can give you a significant advantage. Normally, that's just done in either the speedrun, where it's optimal, or it's done in Seeds, where the only reason you need the hammer or the bow is because of Pod, and you can skip the hammer and bow by doing basement clip. Did Kirby erase all of the Pod smalls? That's a great question, because I think he did, and also, I guess he wouldn't have if he was counting keys and skipped something, but you do need a Pod small to get to the back, which could increase the number of basement clips Kirby has to do by one, and that would be even more spicy.
Didn't he open that in Cave State?
You cannot open the door that leads to Helmasaur in K-State because the crystal switch isn't there.
I mean,
Yeah. If Kirby ate all the small keys, he does not have a way to get to Helmasaur through the back, or through like the normal way. He has to do a second basement clip. Which, you know, if he can do one, he can do two, but it's a little harder to do basement clip in Pod State because you don't have, the room has enemies in it. And also, some people use grips that, like, run their finger over the X button. I don't think that's something Kirby has to worry about, but, like, people who have really optimized basement clip will sometimes find it hard to do in Pod State for that reason. In Rando, you are usually doing it in Pod State because you're skipping hammer and bow when you're going to the boss. You're not doing it to unlock the key door. It's really rare to see that be needed, and it's really only needed either you're playing Key Sanity and you don't want to look for the Pod Big Key, or you've pulled a move like Kirby has and gambled against Ped.
Wait, so the crystal switch doesn't exist, but
Nope.
you can still get past the flaps if you do Pog Club.
The ones in
Honest.
the back are the ones in the hammerlock room are still there and blocking your way. That's where the small key door is. I'm talking about the small key door that's in the back of pod where like you use the hammer. In the room where you use the hammer. There's 2 sets of pegs, and if you can't hit the switch there, you can't get past them. You can't unlock the door. Oh, you know what? Kirby left a key behind in this room.
Oh, in shooter room?
Yeah, shooter room is a key, I think. I mean, at least I can see the chest wasn't opened. So at least he can get that. Right? Am I imagining that the chest wasn't there when he walked through the shooter room? It makes sense for him to leave that behind because if you open that first in cave state, you wrap your keys to 0 and then you can't cave state pod. So he probably walked past it, didn't open it, and then counted keys and saw that it was a key and that he wouldn't have to come back for it. And now he's really happy that it's there because he needs that key to get to back of pod without doing a second basement clip. So let's explain basement clip for a bit. There's a lot going on here. I think he
just went too far into the door.
Yeah, well, in theory, you're supposed to be able to go as deep into the door as you can because you're holding an invisible block. But his block, I was having trouble with the block. It's like despawning too quickly. Usually what I'll do is I'll like throw the block up. Is he actually getting spin speed? Also, that's another question.
I don't 100% know.
Let's see. Okay, he's getting spin speed. That's what that is. He's bombing himself into the door, and he's going to do the backup strat, which is using a potion. So I'm glad he knows this, because he was having trouble with the Samaria version. The Samaria version was lamp-controlled Samaria bounce to put an invisible object in your hand so you can walk into the door without transitioning. And then because it's bouncing, it will eventually despawn. That was a really nice teleport. So the purpose of that clip is to get into the wall with spin speed, and that lets you teleport on that wall, and then you just disable the spin speed. You don't want that anymore for this part. This part is just a bunch of 1-frame clipping. We use a Samaria block to stop our movement to reduce the number of frame-perfect clips we need to do. And it's like a sort of training wheels. He's very good at this. That was fast. Yeah, that was, wow, he sure did practice a lot. That was really fast. Okay, so he opened the door, but Helmasaur's not there, so he has to come back. And this time he can get pod shooter room and just go back normally. Yeah, Kirby's basement clip was so fast that I didn't even have time to explain it. That's how you know it's good. Meanwhile, Brogor is Brogor's on the clock, actually. You're right. I mean, Kirby's ahead by a lot because Brogor still has to do Thieves Town, and you know Kirby has done the hard part, so now just has to do Helmasaur, which is something that Brogor has to do as well. He's now just straight up ahead by a lot.
He still does he need the basement clip again? No, he can go the regular way, right?
He can go the regular way, but given how fast he did that clip, he could maybe just do basement clip again if he wants to. If maybe he wants to show off, I don't know. It's pretty hard to save time on second basement clip. Yeah, he's not going to do it. He's going to get the key and do it the normal way. Because you don't need the small key if you're doing second basement clip. This would have been an extremely close race if, like, Brogor had killed Blind when he was here.
Yeah, but it made sense because, like you said, there wasn't any items left. You already got
for sure.
the thing that
absolutely.
opens more stuff. Like, at that point, you would just be like hard playing Ped. So I think it was.
Well, and also like, yeah, it's just Maybe it made a tiny bit more sense for Brogor because he had already done right side GT, so Fire Rod didn't lock as much, but still locked a lot. In fact, I think if you were to find the Fire Rod and then decide to kill blind, your next move should probably be to just go to Skull Woods, because now you're doing a ped play. You're committing to that. Bomb. Yeah, Brogor's not happy about this. I'm not happy about this either. It's boring. I am happy about the basement clip because that's cool. And after all this, they still need to do swap.
Yeah, so you did say it's a bunch of one-frame clips, but like you didn't really explain what it was.
Yeah.
One-frame clips are like exactly what's on the tin. Like you have one frame. You have to advance the game one frame in order to make one clip, or the collision will kick them out.
We're pretty lucky to have decent playing in the past. It's not free, like I think some other Zelda games, like maybe Link's Awakening, have like an actual free. Is it Link's Awakening or is it Oracles? There's another Zelda game where your select buffer actually just advances a frame for you for free, which is nice. But this one doesn't. So you do have to time the unselect reselect by 1 frame, or by however many frames you're aiming for. Basement clip used to be like 16 of those, and over time, techniques have been developed that reduce the number of clips that actually have to be frame perfect to just a small handful. And then the rest of them are like, you can just like press and hold the diagonal and the Samaria block will stop you. Or you have 2 frames where you have leeway. Or if you do 2 frames, it's recoverable. Like you might have to adjust, but you're not having to start the whole thing over.
How old is Basement Clip?
Basement Clip was discovered in like 2020, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's either 2020 or 2021. If you look at like Yuzuhara, who did the first run of it, yeah, it was either 2020 or 21.
Oh, so that was like around the time that Icebreaker and stuff was found too, right?
It was after that. So I think it was 2021 that Yuzuhara was doing the runs with it. I don't know when he discovered it, but that's when he was like breaking the record in the speedrun by several minutes. And then the Samaria version that where you have the training wheels, that was discovered at Speed Gaming Live in 2024 by Requiem of Spirit. And that's when it became what I would say like very accessible to basically any HMG runner who wants to put the time into learning it. It's not even that difficult anymore.
Yeah, I was there when he was messing around with it. I thought it was like already discovered tech, but he was just practicing though. I remember you were doing funny rain state things.
Oh yeah. Because I like making the world go crazy with the powder and the witch.
Yeah. I think that's what it was at least.
Brogor is making a mistake, by the way. Thanks for pointing this out, Holy Smoke. We're about to find out what that mistake is very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, oops. At least it's not going to cost him the race. Because he's an entire dungeon behind. I wonder where this key is. It's probably on the right side, right? He could solve this by basement clipping, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's gonna hover. Oh, that's cool. We get to see something cool on this side. Oh, that's a solid hover. Yeah, very good.
That was very nice hover.
I like how he skips this chest. Oh, he only needs one key.
He didn't open that chest.
He only needs 1 key. He's fine. So I think what happened earlier is he also made a gamble when he was in pod against Helma. I didn't realize this, but he took the route of the God pod where you get to skip right side. Normally you have to end the route in the maze, so you're not spending that key. So you hammer jump like you're playing cross keys. But he did the maze first, probably because he had a big key, and then walked out thinking I'm not going to ever use this small key. And sure enough, he does have to use it.
So big keys are semi-broken, but we rolled on the VT branch so that wasn't an issue.
I like to think Kirby knew this was going to happen and wanted to show off basement clip.
Yeah, because the reason that we did roll on VT was that Kirby asked in the race room, like, hey,
Yeah, Kirby
this is
said,
broken.
well, everyone's
Can you
just going to
fix it?"
cave state pod every time if it's broken the way it is. And this would have been a seed where it would make a lot of sense to cave state pod. So, yeah, that's you do have to be careful, I guess, if you're cave stating pod indoors. That you do also need a small key for the back, and if you eat all of them, the only way out is with another basement clip. Kirby wisely mirroring before going up to the pyramid because he's in the wrong world to be running to Ganon. I do not think these are... actually, that's a good dash line. Just as Brogor gets his flippers, he's going to be behind by all of Swamp, including the unlocking of Swamp. Also, doesn't have the silvers. Those were on Minute Cave.
Kirby dumping the bombs on the way up.
Just optimal quick swapping, I guess. Between hookshot and silvers. Why not?
5 frames.
I don't know, man.
I don't
Maybe
know how
just-
long quick swaps take.
Maybe you're just mad at the seed like Brogor was. Like, Brogor is dumping
True.
bombs on blind for expression reasons.
Sometimes it's just about sending a message.
Brogor's gonna
Is that
steal the
even the right
key rat.
lineup?
I guess there
Okay.
was there not oh, for clipping, that's right. Was it not a free key in Hera? Did Kirby also have to do this?
No, Kirby didn't have to do that.
Hmm.
I
Maybe
wonder if
Brogor just
I wonder if
got both
Brogor
items and
I wonder if Brogor accidentally touched the Hera basement door.
maybe.
Because he did set this up when he finally came back for Front of Escape.
Yeah, and I was like saying, oh, that's not necessary, but I guess it was for him. I guess
Right.
we'll find out right away. if he
That's
opened the
Dead
door.
Pig.
No,
Get your
didn't.
GGs in chat for DDRKirby, who will remain undefeated.
Yep. Yeah, undefeated. We actually have a winner, which is not a guarantee in this tournament. We can still have a grudge match between Brogor and Dr. Earworm, who faced each other and are both 2 and 5 or 2 and 4. Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, that.
Oh, the small key was in the big chest.
It was in the big
Okay.
chest, yeah. Why are we even opening that? Just to see if it's there. I think Brogor probably already saw that Kirby had finished.
Yeah, Brogor sees that Kirby is finished, but he did not forfeit yet, so I will keep things alive for now.
Yeah, Brogor is in the race room asking questions. He wants to know if Kirby killed blind or not. after Fire Rod. I don't know if Brogor has any idea what actually went down with Kirby's pedestal adventures, but it's probably not what he thinks.
Once Brogor decides either to finish out the seed or the forfeit comes in the race room, then I will reach out for interviews. So don't go away. And
we do have a forfeit. They're saying all the interesting things in race room chat when they could be saying them in here to the audience.
look at Discord. Okay, they're still in their respective channels, so. Oh yeah, that was a fun little adventure for almost the last race of the tournament. As Melmo said before, there is still at least one race left, if not second. So, I will attempt to put them on restream, but it's gonna be dependent on when the time is. They're not scheduled yet. Because I believe J Masha had some IRL stuff to do, so they haven't even scheduled that yet. And we are joined by our first finisher, or our finisher, DDRKirby. GG.
And GG's. That was a nice little marathon of a race to finish the tournament out on.
That was a sick basement clip.
So
that was like the final boss of glitches that I had to overcome, right? To graduate, I guess.
We are also joined by Brogor. GG.
Hello. GG.
GG. That was exciting race. We didn't know with the pedestal situation if, it depended so much on how much time it would take for Kirby to do basement clip. And we also thought that maybe you'd have to do 2 because we didn't know that you had a small key in shooter room to pick up.
Yeah, we knew there was a small key in intruder room. I was actually talking with Skelly, and we were debating whether I should have just done it anyways. And it was a tough call for me because I knew I could basement clip a second time and it would be faster. Assuming I got it right and nothing terrible went wrong. But I decided to just play it safe. I didn't want to risk trying to basement clip and then having something go wrong and then wasting a bunch of time on it. I thought it was fine just going to pause the normal way. Yeah.
Oh, especially because you seem to be having a little bit of trouble with the cane setup, which it looked like it was despawning too fast. Usually what I do is I'll throw the block closer to the door and face up.
Yeah.
So that I have more time to get to the door and before it despawns.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, yeah.
It's also quite a bit harder to do in the room when there's enemies there. The turtle can walk down and run.
Okay, I had full equipment, so I could have. So you can hammer the turtles and then just use ether to kill them all. Obviously, it takes extra time if you want to do that, but
it's probably not saving time
I just didn't
anymore.
want to deal with any of it. Yeah,
it's hard to save time on second basement clip in the speed run, so I can't imagine it's much easier in rando. Maybe a little bit if you don't need to pick up a small key just to do it.
Yeah, you get to skip the small key, but then it's not as much of a time save compared to like if you're just already in the dark basement, right? And then you're just like right there. You don't even have to walk there. But so I just decided to just keep it simple. I already showed off one basement clip. I don't need to like show off a second one. Like,
Yeah, you've made your point. So yeah, Broger, I'm wondering about your routing choices in the end game. I noticed you were allergic to Misery Mire. Is there a particular reason you're putting that off? You did Thieves Town first. I
I could
imagine that chance
sorry.
you were just gonna go there after if you didn't find Fire Rod, right?
I was just thinking maybe the mirror shows up and I can then also
Ah,
finish off the desert.
oh
And
yeah. Wait for the mirror, which is in Mire, which
yeah, that's just the thing. And we just
can
had
happen.
Ambrosia with Retro in a German tournament this week. And there was always one item is always Ganon Hunt was called a Triforce piece, right? So the 2 item dungeons are kind of like not cool this week, but yeah, that was the mindset from the other tournament. But
I
yeah,
see.
basically Fire Rod in the back of Thieves Town and that flippers, that mids, that mirror, everything in choke points.
Your silvers were in Mimic Cave, by the way.
Oh yeah, I
You were
was just
wondering.
seeing that like the shade here from the restreaming. I was like, is it silvers there? Where was those? There was nothing left.
There's nothing. Oh, it could have been in Swamp, but then Kirby has them, so like they're
Yeah, I was
not unless they're right. They're on Argus or directly
yeah, I
on
was
Red.
just saying only Argus would be a thing, right? Or maybe if you go to the front and open something and
When
maybe
you have
there.
that little left, it actually might be worth opening the chest.
Yeah,
The chance of actually finding silvers are extremely high at this point.
yeah, agreed. Yeah,
So yeah, I hope you had a
we
good time in the mentor tournament.
yeah.
Again, I said this when you were not listening, but glitches HMG will be at SG Live this year. If either of you wants to make the trip out,
It's so far away.
it is really
yeah,
far away.
let's see.
Yeah.
But this was great. Like the whole tournament was great. Like I mean, I came in with pretty much zero experience, and then like I don't know, I learned a ton,
Hmm.
obviously, and uh, the whole thing was really fun. It came at a pretty good point in just where I was in like IRL stuff as well. Like I was kind of feeling a little bit I don't want to say burnt out, but like it it was really nice at the time that it came in my life to have something to really sink my time into and like be rewarded for, learning new things and practicing new things. And I think it kind of got me out of kind of a low period of my life. So that
Oh,
was
that's
really
nice.
awesome.
I'm glad to hear that. If you
Yeah, that sounds
want to
good.
continue that, No Logic is coming up in summer as well, and there's plenty of time to learn it
Run,
and
Kirby,
take.
run.
You can take a spot on the land bridge sign. I think you have it in you to do a really sick run through the No Logic tournament if you wanted to.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's hard to give up my I mean, right now I'm 2 for 2 in tournaments. It's hard to give up an undefeated potentially give up an undefeated streak.
Ah, yeah, but you could be 3 for 2. Three for
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
three.
3 for 2.
3 for 2
for
doesn't
sure.
make any sense. So yeah, that's it's not actually over yet. We still have a couple matches left, but do you have any final words for us, Brogor and Kirby?
Yeah, thanks for me. I was just a substitute, right? Because I think it was Duden making a little bit of an info post in the German Discord. I was like, hey, there's like this thing happening, and I was like, yeah, why not? Nothing much up in like Kirby just said in real life, and also the tournament scene. For me, it was pretty dead at that time because I didn't join the main tournament. So I was like, yeah, why not learning something new? And found some people I didn't know before, like Split. Clips, not Split, sorry. And yeah, kind of had fun with the races. And it was very weird to have someone with you in voice and discuss strategies during the race. I mean, it's a little bit like spoiler pilot, but there the pilot is just the pod small key, but I could flex a little bit by forgetting them and then do the hover, so that felt good. Yeah, that's all.
Brogor, unfortunately, the bulk of what you just said did not go out to the stream because my
Oh,
OBS decided that Discord didn't exist as a window anymore. So
okay,
I'm very sorry for that. But
it's fine.
Brogor just trash talked me a ton, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a rude
Yeah.
guy.
Said a bunch of terribly mean things that we don't need to know.
Brogor was saying very mean things about his mentor.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure
Yeah,
everyone knows that.
definitely.
Yeah, throwing his
He
mentor under the
asked.
bus.
It's all my mentor's fault.
Yeah, mentor saying don't go to Thieves Town, but you know what? You would have had to double dip it anyway because I'm sure you left that fire rod then too.
I mean, it was funny. I was like, what do we do if we find fire rod? Then flippers can be on pedestal. Fire rod
Mhm.
can't be on pedestal. Should we bail? Should we not bail? It's a green pendant. I don't know. Nah, let's go. And I even had done GT right side, so fire rod was not that stacked for me, but yeah. But that's
Yeah,
it.
it was definitely an interesting seed to go through. And
It's
it
a
was
long
like
one.
there were definitely some ups and downs, and we were joking about how like like in the race room before it started, we were talking about how like a few days ago I was doing a few days ago in practice seed, like I did Cave State Pod in the
Yes.
seed, expecting to get the Hera big key, and we discovered that there was a bug in the doors branch related to the big key behavior and stuff. And I was like, oh, if only like we had played this on doors branch, like I would have just had the pod big key and I wouldn't have had to basement clip at all. But anyways, yeah, I want to echo what Brogor said, which I guess wasn't caught on the restream. But I think we're both really thankful to everyone involved in this tournament. Obviously the organizers, but also all the mentors. Special shout out to Skelly. He was my mentor all 6 weeks and also provided a really helpful. I think him and Mr. Byer both chimed in with some really helpful comments on the VOD review that I posted at the beginning of the tournament. That was kind of my way of just like, okay, here's my attempt. Like, I want to hear what some mentors have to say, and then depending on, you know, depending on what they say and how I feel about it, like I'll just pick someone. And so it felt like based on that, and then also watching Skelly's, I think he did a walkthrough video of a seed, and I was like, oh yeah, this stuff makes total sense. And so we were kind of, it seemed like we were kind of aligned on like high level, decision making and routing strategy. So that worked out really well. And then also just shout out to all the mentees. Obviously the tournament doesn't exist without the mentees to learn stuff in. So it was great to see everyone, in voice channels with their mentors and like going through these races. Sometimes learning new glitches on the fly and stuff. I even managed to get a little bit of a taste of that because there was no mentor available for one of the other races. I think Tyler Salt's race, and so I was just like, all right, well I can try to help. So that was a fun little experience too. So and then it's a OWG and HMG are definitely fun modes. I feel like I'm a pretty how do I say, I'm not a very exploratory player when it comes to modes. Like I pretty much just play like open 7-7 stuff, maybe some Cas boots sometimes. But I do have an interest in like just learning more stuff about the game because like I do make some ALTPR content sometimes. I have a website that I try to fill out with like strats when I have extra time. And part of my motivation for entering this tournament was to learn more about like, okay, different glitches and stuff, so that like if I'm making info pages about these overworld screens, I can include the info about like, okay, here's how to do these glitches, here's how to do this, here's the timings for, getting to these places. And so I don't know when I'll have time to like update that site with, all this new information. It takes a ton of time, as I'm sure Malmo knows. But that's all really cool knowledge to have. And at some point, maybe I'll expand that to encompass like the no logic glitches and all that stuff. So, but it was really fun. And the mode itself is really fun as well, because I think it's because of how open everything is, it really prioritizes just being really efficient and thorough with your checks, and just like, just have a really high checks per minute, or in my view, in my experience at least. And that's kind of really what I like. I like just, trying to do as many checks as possible with my time, and just like using efficiency as a really big metric. I'm pretty low on like chasing logic and all those things. I just want to like do more checks in the same amount of time. So I think that worked out well for me, at least in this tournament.
All right. Well, thank you both for racing and interviewing afterwards. And go ahead and drop these two a follow, and also both of their mentors, Skelly and Simple Clips. And one more shout out to the crew. Yes, I'm sorry, my cat is being very vocal right now. Go ahead and give Malmo a follow. It's a nice, chill stream environment, and sometimes there are bears on screen. So, and thank you again, Amphils, for tracking on extremely short notice. Malmo, you got anything else?
No, thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye bye.